Hi, I'm Stephen McPeters, and inside this highly controversial presentation, I'm going to share with you a 2,000-year-old vision-improving breakthrough from the Bible that's already helping thousands of folks all across America dramatically improve their ability to see with more clarity, ease eye fatigue and strain, and free themselves from blurriness, floaters, specks, along with virtually any other kind of issue that gets in the way of them living with more freedom in their lives. This biblical breakthrough works to help support the health of your eyes on the cellular level. And as a result, people as young as 30 and as old as 90 have been able to rapidly improve the way their eyes feel and function, to see the faces of their loved ones with more clarity, to read the morning paper with ease, or watch their favorite television program without having to strain. In fact, this controversial method for better vision has improved my own ability to see. And as a result, I no longer fear I'll develop cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or any other age-related eye condition as I age. Best of all, it doesn't require any visits to the optometrist, prescription medications, or expensive risky surgeries. It's completely natural, safe, and side effect free. Plus, it's virtually impossible to develop a tolerance to it. So it's something that's very effective today, as well as far into the future. Even more remarkably, this breakthrough method from the Bible is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It involves the two ingredients you take during Holy Communion, red wine and bread. However, when combined in the unique way revealed in the Bible, which I'll share with you in a moment, within just minutes it could begin to dramatically improve the health and function of your eyes on the cellular level. Now, if this seems a little too good to be true, I completely understand. At first, I was very skeptical myself. But then I saw dozens of clinical studies and new scientific research from some of the most respected medical journals in the world that proved everything the Bible showed me about this miracle for your eyes. And God has put it in my heart to share this with you, which is why I created this controversial presentation, to show you step by step how to get the best out of this remarkably effective biblical method for better vision. I'll also share why your optometrist will never tell you about the truth behind most vision problems, and the very personal and frightening story of how the discovery came about, and how my dad almost shooting me and my wife led me down a divine path of discovering this remarkably effective method for your vision. But I must warn you, the information I'm about to share with you is extremely controversial. Not only is it something from the Bible, which angers a lot of anti-Christian and secular media outlets who will say almost anything to villainize the Word of God, but it also goes against everything mainstream medicine, eye doctors, and optometrists have told you about improving your ability to see, which is why the $36 billion eye care industry hates this video. Because these big companies don't profit from people actually fixing their vision naturally. If people could dramatically reverse their vision problems without the need for prescription glasses and surgeries, they would quickly go out of business. That's why they're using every trick in the book to get this video taken down forever. So I can't guarantee how long this video will be online. That's why I urge you to watch this controversial presentation in its entirety until the end while you still can. Because if you do, not only will you be filled with the confidence of knowing the truth behind most vision problems, but in just minutes from now, you could be well on your way to enjoying the vision God wants for you and the freedom and liberty that come when you can see clearly. You might be wondering how this all came about, so let me go ahead and give you all the details right now. Like I said before, my name is Stephen McPeters. I'm a retired history teacher, a husband, a proud father of 2 strong boys. However, most importantly, I'm a believer in the Word of God. Now, you might be wondering why a former history teacher is spending his retirement telling everyone about this vision breakthrough from the Bible. But the truth is, not only is this something that medical experts believe could strike a major blow to cataracts, glaucoma, and age-related macular degeneration, it also helped dramatically improve my vision within weeks, helped my wife see better at night, and the effects it had on my father's vision were even more amazing. You see, when Dad's vision first began to decline, He wasn't too bothered by it and figured it was normal for a guy his age. But when he realized the prescription glasses his optometrist gave him were getting stronger each year and were doing nothing to actually fix his vision, he started to worry. Then he turned 80, and his vision suddenly took a complete nosedive for the worse, which devastated him because not only did it put an abrupt end to his favorite hobby, hunting, it also made him more dependent on his family to help him do simple things, like go to the grocery store, take a walk around the block, or find the men's room at the mall. And when Dad had to move in with us due to his poor vision, he felt even more hopeless. At first, I wasn't all that worried about his inability to see, though it was horrible to see him struggle to read the morning paper or watch his favorite news program. I figured it was just a normal part of the aging process. But that all changed one Saturday night. You see, me and my wife had taken a weekend trip and decided to come home a day early. However, I forgot to warn Dad that we were coming home sooner than expected. So when we approached the front door of our house, we caught him by complete surprise, because when we opened the door, I was suddenly greeted by the barrel of my father's 12-gauge shotgun, pointing right at me just inches from my face. He was seconds away from pulling the trigger. "Dad, don't shoot! It's your son!" I screamed. In that moment, I saw the look of fear in my father's eyes turn into complete dread. He immediately realized what had happened and broke down in tears. That's when I realized that Dad had seen us walk up the steps, but he couldn't recognize us, and had mistaken us for intruders. The very thought of shooting his own son made my dad depressed. He confessed that he felt like a huge burden on the family. And to be completely honest, I was starting to agree with him, because I couldn't help but worry about the safety of our two sons. What if my dad had mistaken them for intruders? If something ever happened to my two boys, I would never be able to forgive myself. That's when I realized I had two options in front of me. One option was to send my father to an old folks' home. But other than my dad's vision, he was still in great health. He was still very sharp and mentally aware. And I heard that when people begin living in assisted living homes, for whatever reason, their life expectancy rapidly drops. Now, I wasn't ready to bury my old man, so I figured the best option was to do something to help him. And since glasses from the optometrist did nothing for him anymore, I decided to look into some natural alternatives. But when none of the remedies we tried, like eye exercises and supplements, gave my dad the effect we were expecting, I became frustrated and very worried my father's vision would just get worse, and that I would end up having to send him to an old folks' home after all. Honestly, I felt like throwing in the towel right then and there. But thank God I didn't give up. Because one Sunday morning, while at church, things took an unexpected turn when our pastor called upon us to take communion, feeling the need for some divine guidance from the Lord. I didn't hesitate a second, walking up to the altar to partake in communion, and that's when I began thinking about its purpose. You see, I knew the bread we take in communion represents Christ's body, and the red wine represents his blood. When taken together, these two ingredients symbolize God's forgiveness of our sins and his healing power for our spirit. But I couldn't help but wonder, did God intend for Holy Communion to heal our physical bodies too? For whatever reason, I couldn't get that question out of my mind. So I began researching to see what the answer might be. And as turns out, grape seeds from grapes used to make red wine have been scientifically shown to help protect eyesight. For example, in a major study published in the Journal of Cataract and Refractive Surgery, scientists concluded that routine consumption of grapeseed extract in the form of food or dietary supplement may offer a prophylactic measure against onset and progression of cataract. Plus, according to the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, grapeseed extract has been shown to help with eye damage, vision problems such as macular degeneration, which can cause blindness. Now, as I came across dozens of studies suggesting grape seeds to help with vision, I started to get really excited. However, what I still didn't understand was, Why was grapeseed so effective at helping folks with a variety of vision problems? As I continued to research, not only did I get the answer to that question, but I also discovered what seems to be the root cause of the vast majority of vision problems. You see, it all happened when I came across a 2017 study published in the Journal of Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity, where scientists concluded that oxidative stress plays a pivotal role in developing and accelerating retinal diseases including age-related macular degeneration, AMD, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, DR, and retinal vein occlusion, RVO. On top of that, the study also mentioned that an excess amount of reactive oxygen species, ROS, to be behind this oxidative stress. Now, I had a vague understanding of what oxidative stress was, and absolutely no clue what reactive oxygen species was. However, as I investigated them even more, I had the sudden realization they could be the sinister forces behind virtually all vision problems. Here's what I uncovered. You see, I found that oxidative stress is a sort of rusting process that happens on the cellular level. In fact, many leading medical experts call it cellular corrosion, because just like how corrosion destroys metals, corroding everything from pipes in your bathroom, metal bolts and lighting fixtures, even corroding parts of your car engine, cellular corrosion can corrode your ability to see. From what the study showed, oxidative stress is the driving force behind cellular corrosion that corrodes the health and function of cells. And that includes the cells in your eyes. But what on earth are reactive oxygen species? Well, reactive oxygen species, or ROS for short, is a toxic buildup of corrosive molecules that form due to exposure to everyday toxins. And according to dozens of studies, the buildup of ROS causes an imbalance between these corrosive molecules and your body's ability to detoxify their harmful impact. I was shocked to discover that when ROS builds up to a certain point, oxidative stress can occur in the eyes, and that toxins found in plastic containers, processed foods, chemicals in our water, as well as blue light radiation, which comes from LED light bulbs, cell phones, watching TV, and computer screens, all have been shown to promote ROS buildup. In fact, even the sun emits blue light radiation, which means that unless you live in a cave with zero contact with the modern world, it's virtually impossible to escape the vision-destroying impact of ROS buildup. At least that's what a recent study published in the journal The Ocular Surface found when researchers concluded that daily exposure to sunlight and atmospheric oxygen challenges the eye with an intense burden of oxygen-free radicals, making it highly vulnerable to oxidative damage. Generation of reactive oxygen species, ROS, and resultant oxidative stress have been implicated in the pathogenesis of numerous forms of eye disease, including cataract, glaucoma, and macular degeneration. You see, in healthy and functional eyes, light comes in through the lens, then projects an image onto your retina, which is located on the back of your eyeball. The image then travels along your optic nerve to your brain, and this is where you actually perceive what your eyes see. That's how it's supposed to work. However, when too much ROS buildup occurs in your eyes, it ignites the corrosive effect of oxidative stress, and according to the latest scientific studies, this could wreak havoc on virtually every part of the eye. For example, in a 2016 study published in the journal Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity, scientists directly linked ROS buildup with optic neuropathy, glaucoma, eye segment diseases in adults, and age-related macular degeneration. Okay, so here's the bottom line. When you have too much ROS buildup, your eyes suffer, which could be the root cause of most types of vision impairment, especially considering that every day we're exposed to toxins that promote ROS buildup. But what does this have to do with grapeseed extract I mentioned earlier? Well, it turns out grapeseed extract contains special compounds that combat ROS buildup and help lower the risk of oxidative stress. Now, when I realized this, it really got the wheels in my head spinning, making me wonder, were there other biblical ingredients that could help fight ROS buildup and protect your vision as you age? That's when I turned to the Bible and spent the next several months reading it from beginning to end. And in doing so, I discovered 12 additional ingredients that have been scientifically shown to be incredibly effective for the health and function of your eyes. One of those ingredients is another potent berry that grows on a tree. I first came across this special berry when reading Isaiah 55:13, which says, "Instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off." Now, after seeing the myrtle tree mentioned numerous times throughout the Bible, like in the book of Zechariah and again in Nehemiah, I knew I had to investigate it further. Well, as it turns out, the myrtle tree is not only a sacred plant used in holy ceremonies like the Feast of Tabernacles, but it's also a part of the Myrtus communis species, a close cousin of the bilberry tree, which has been scientifically proven to decrease ROS buildup. In fact, in a major study published in the Journal of Science of Food and Agriculture, scientists found that bilberry extract showed a reduction of ROS levels. Plus, in another breakthrough study, this one published in the journal Laboratory Investigation, researchers concluded that bilberry extract prevented the impairment of photoreceptor cell function and has a protective effect on visual function during retinal inflammation. On top of that, in a recent study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, scientists discovered bilberry to contain special compounds shown to improve visual function. The next biblical ingredient I want to share with you is actually a bright yellow and orange flower that grows abundantly throughout the Holy Land of Israel. It's called the marigold flower, and it contains two special carotenoids that not only have been shown to combat ROS buildup, but also promote the health of the macula and retina of the eye. The two carotenoids I'm talking about are called lutein and zeaxanthin, and in a study published in the Journal of Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science, scientists found that zeaxanthin was significantly associated with reduced risk of ARM, age-related maculopathy, nuclear cataract, and regular cataract. Yet, in a randomized, double-masked, and placebo-controlled study published in the same journal, researchers evaluated the effects of lutein on 126 patients with age-related macular degeneration, AMD, for 6 months. During the study, they gave the participants lutein or a placebo pill, then proceeded to measure the macular pigment optical density, MPOD, which is essentially a measure of visual performance. At the end of the 6-month study, they were shocked to discover that lutein significantly increased MPOD by 27.9%. The next set of biblical ingredients actually have to do with the second part of communion, the holy bread. You see, as I read the Bible, I couldn't help but notice the bread they ate back then was very different from what most folks eat today. Most breads today aren't necessarily healthy because they're highly processed, and many contain allergens like gluten, which can irritate your gut and wreck your digestion. I would bet most modern breads actually harm our vision too. However, the bread I was seeing in the Bible was actually very different than the breads we eat today. From what I could tell, biblical breads were actually very healthy and may have had vision-supporting benefits. For example, in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 9, you'll find the recipe for one of the most common biblical breads. It says, "Take wheat, barley, beans, and lentils, millet, and spelt, put them in a storage jar, and use them to make bread for yourself." I went ahead and investigated these ingredients, and I was completely surprised when I discovered they were packed full of vision-supporting nutrients. For example, lentils contain potent amounts of riboflavin, selenium, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, which all have been shown to further promote the health and function of the eyes. In fact, according to a major study published in the Journal of Ophthalmology, riboflavin is associated with reduced prevalence of nuclear cataract. Meanwhile, Harvard University researchers spent 6 years evaluating beta-carotene's impact on the eye retinas of 600 participants, and were completely shocked to observe that adults who supplemented with beta-carotene had, on average, about a 20% lower annual decline of remaining retinal function than those not taking beta-carotene. Plus, a common type of wheat used in biblical times called buckwheat contains another special compound called rutin. And according to a breakthrough study published in the journal Molecular Vision, rutin may help prevent the formation of cataract cells. Now, as I continued to research, I came across several additional ingredients that were showing a lot of promise, not only for their ability to help support the health and function of the eyes, but also reduce the damaging impact of ROS buildup. And instead of going into all of the details on each one, I'll go ahead and list them for you right now. They include N-acetylcysteine, zinc, and vitamin E. If you don't remember all the ingredients we just went over, don't worry, because in a moment I'll return to them when we discuss how to get all of them for just pennies a day. Now, at this point, I was truly excited. Here were 12 biblical ingredients that were scientifically shown to help support vision on the cellular level. And I had scientific studies showing these ingredients to work extremely well for folks of all ages. Plus, I couldn't help but think of the divine significance of the number 12, which is the number of ingredients I had come across. As you probably already know, 12 is a holy number seen throughout the entire Bible. For example, Jesus had 12 disciples. And in the book of Matthew, when Jesus performed his first miracle of feeding 5,000 starving people, he miraculously multiplied the food contained in 12 baskets. And we celebrate the birth of Jesus in December, the 12th month. I also remembered how in the book of John, Jesus healed a man who was born blind. And I couldn't help but wonder if these 12 holy ingredients could do the same today. However, as excited as I was, I also realized that my father had taken a few of these ingredients separately, and they certainly hadn't led to any results worth mentioning. Of course, he'd never taken these ingredients all together at the same time, and certainly never in the dosages that some of the studies called for. Plus, to my knowledge, none of the ingredients he had tried came from the Holy Land of Israel, which made me wonder, would all of the ingredients combined be stronger and more effective than any one on their own? And why wasn't anyone else mixing these ingredients together? Well, the second question was simple to answer. Because if these ingredients combined could naturally improve vision, then it could cost the $36 billion eye care industry billions of dollars in lost profits. So even if they knew about these ingredients, they would probably do whatever it took to hide them from the public. And as for the first question, would the combined effect of all of the ingredients together be stronger than any one on their own? Well, I was still uncertain about what the answer might be, because I would likely be the first person to ever think about putting these ingredients together. That's when I realized that in order to find out if these ingredients were truly effective, I would have to create a formula of my own. Honestly, when I started researching how to do this, I was overwhelmed by the whole process. But then I remembered my poor father's declining vision and how depressed he was because of it. I also recalled the Sunday morning communion service at church. That had sent me down this path in the first place. And that's when I realized that maybe God was behind all of this, guiding me to the discovery of these 12 biblical ingredients. If that was the case, then I would need to follow through and fulfill His will. So I rolled up my sleeves and began researching ways to get these ingredients into the U.S., which was a lot harder than I anticipated. As it turns out, getting ingredients shipped all the way from the other side of the world was actually difficult for several reasons. First, I had to confirm the places I was ordering the ingredients from were legitimate, which was no easy task, because I was dealing with a lot of shifty suppliers. Finally, after 2 months, I had found a handful of suppliers I could actually trust. But next, I had to navigate the whole process of shipping the ingredients and clearing customs, which took another 3 months to actually get these ingredients into the U.S. Then I wasted no time in getting them over to a local manufacturer, where I had them carefully blend the right amount of each ingredient into individual capsules so that they were easy to swallow, yet still packed with the clinically relevant doses of each ingredient. Then it was time for the moment of truth. Time to see if what I had created could actually help improve my father's vision. But before I was willing to let my old man try it, I wanted to be sure the formula I created was truly safe and effective. So I began taking the capsules myself. Within the first few days, I hardly noticed a difference. which really worried me because I had spent a lot of money and time working hard on the formula, and I was beginning to think that all my effort would be wasted. But then suddenly, just when I was about to give up, I noticed that I wasn't straining to see things far away as much, and I had a lot less eye fatigue after spending hours looking at my computer screen. Then my wife started taking the formula, and she told me after several weeks of use, she felt like she wasn't getting dry eyes anymore. But it didn't stop there. You see, I told my father everything I had done, and that I had come across 12 remarkable biblical ingredients that might be able to help the health and function of his eyes. Now, I thought he would be more excited than I was to hear about the possibility of seeing better. But I was wrong. In fact, my stubborn old man was very skeptical and refused to even give it a try. But when I shared with him all of the scientific proof that confirmed what the Bible had shown me, the towering pile of studies that showed these ingredients could be incredibly effective for just about anyone, he finally agreed to give it a try. "What have I got to lose?" he said. And that's when he started taking the Vision formula daily. Astonishingly, after a few short weeks, my dad told me his eyes felt much more arrested. And after a few more weeks of daily use, he claimed his vision was dramatically better. As far as I could tell, he wasn't lying, because when I woke up one morning, I was shocked to find my father already at the breakfast table, reading the morning paper. Over the next several months, my father seemed to have completely renewed the health of his eyes. And he couldn't have been more thrilled, because he was able to return to hunting on the weekends, was able to drive his truck again without worrying me. It's safe to say that my dad has regained his freedom and independence, and he was loving every minute of it. In fact, he was so excited he couldn't keep his mouth shut about the capsules created for him, and was telling all of his friends with vision problems about what he called his miracle for your eyes. That's when dozens of men and women of all ages began asking for the formula I had given my dad. And I didn't want to be the person that denied them the chance to improve their vision. So I began giving out what little supply I had left. In the following weeks, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. I kept getting call after call from men and women I had given the formula, all thanking me for helping their eyes feel and work better. Some of them said they felt like I had given them the ability to see again. Others told me they had more energy and that they were better able to focus and concentrate. Honestly, I was completely blown away by the remarkable results people were experiencing, and surprised to hear that word of the Vision formula was starting to spread outside of our local community into the general public. It wasn't long before I started getting dozens of requests for this Vision formula every week. At this point, I realized that I had created a real game changer for folks everywhere, and it needed to be shared with as many people as possible. I also realized that it would be up to me to make that happen, because the only way Big Pharma, or the $36 billion eye care industry, would ever want to make the ingredients accessible to people was via prescription, which would certainly raise the cost of the ingredients by hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. This meant I couldn't go to them to get this formula in the hands of folks who really needed it. However, the only question was, how was I going to do that? Because I didn't feel right about asking people to pay $149 for a month's supply, which was what it cost me to produce the first several batches of my Vision formula for my dad and his friends. That's when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to do this alone. So with no other choice, I decided to partner with a team of expert chemists, medical researchers, and the local manufacturer. And that's when Divine Vision 12 was born. Each bottle of Divine Vision 12 contains 30 capsules inside, and every capsule contains the perfect amount of each of the 12 biblical ingredients I've shared with you inside this presentation. Because of the quality and proven benefits of each ingredient you'll find inside Divine Vision 12, I'm confident in saying this is the most powerful and effective vision health supplement on the planet. You should also know that Divine Vision 12 is manufactured in a GMP-certified and FDA-compliant facility right here in the United States, which simply means that each capsule of Divine Vision 12 is made with the highest safety and quality standards. Plus, I've gone the extra mile and ensured you get the highest quality and most potent forms of each of the 12 ingredients inside. Okay, so at this point, you're probably wondering how you can get your own supply of Divine Vision 12 right away, so you can start improving your vision today. And you might also be wondering how much you should take to get the best results possible. The truth is that it's still very difficult for most folks to get Divine Vision 12. And that's not a marketing gimmick or anything like that. It's a fact. Remember, Divine Vision 12 is made in a GMP-certified facility, and all 12 ingredients come in their most potent and pure forms, which by no means is cheap or easy to accomplish. On top of that, the 12 ingredients inside need to be shipped from the other side of the world, and getting all ingredients in the right amounts into one small, easy-to-swallow capsule adds even more time and cost to the production process, which means out-of-stocks are always a real risk. And because of this, we can only produce a limited number of bottles of Divine Vision 12 at any given time. Plus, because the 12 ingredients inside Divine Vision 12 can help with so much more than just your vision, and have been shown to help eliminate inflammation in the body, help reduce blood sugar levels, lower cholesterol, and even aid in normalizing high blood pressure. Men and women of all ages also find Divine Vision 12 useful for their overall health and energy levels. As a result, our customers end up ordering several bottles at a time, which can make producing enough Divine Vision 12 for the growing demand even more difficult. Now, as thrilled as I was to hear that so many people trust Divine Vision 12 not only for their own health, but to be shared with their family members, and that many folks who suffer from just minor vision loss are using it as a preventative measure before it becomes a real issue in their life, I also realize that Divine Vision 12's growing popularity has put even more of a strain on our ability to keep up with growing demand, which again makes out-of-stocks happen on a regular basis. But with that being said, I also don't want anyone to suffer from the life challenges that come from losing more of your vision. That's why in the next few seconds, I'm going to share how you can get a brand new bottle of Divine Vision 12 today through my new Heal Your Vision initiative. First, though, let me return to that second question. How much Divine Vision 12 should you take for best results? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Just take one small capsule each day for at least 30 days or more. The reason it's important you take Divine Vision 12 for at least 30 days is simple. While the 12 ingredients inside will begin to work their magic right away, it can take at least a few weeks to realize their full potential. Remember, these are ingredients that could not only help reduce the ROS buildup wreaking havoc in your eyes, but they've also been shown to help diminish the negative impact of oxidative stress and inflammation throughout the entire body, while also providing you with nutrients proven to support your vision on the cellular level. And those aren't the kind of things that happen instantly. The cells in your eyes will need time to be fully restored, which is why even after Divine Vision 12 has started helping your eyes become healthier and more functional, you will still want to give it more time to help improve your vision. It's for that reason that most health practitioners recommend you choose at least 3 bottles of Divine Vision 12, and 6 bottles if you want absolute protection for your vision for months and years to come. Then take it for at least 90 days or more. That way you can be absolutely positive that you're doing everything possible to ensure that you're helping your eyes see better on the cellular level. That's the choice thousands of Americans just like you have now made. And the folks who take Divine Vision 12 regularly swear by its effectiveness. Just like Heidi from Oklahoma, who says, "I've noticed my vision get worse over the past 10 years since I took an office job to help out with the bills at home. Looking at the computer screen 8 hours a day can really strain your eyes and give you headaches. At least that's been my case. So when I learned about Divine Vision 12, I thought I would give it a try. Honestly, I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I started taking it, but I was pleasantly surprised that my eyes stopped feeling tired and strained after a busy workday. And since I've been consistently using it, I've noticed my vision improve dramatically. I'm now ordering more for me and my husband too." That's just one example of the hundreds of stories people from all across America are sending me each week. And I couldn't be prouder to be playing my small part in helping folks improve their vision. Now you should know that Divine Vision 12 is only available on this website, and only while there is supply in stock, and I'm still able to sell it, which might not be for that long. The truth is, Big Pharma and the $36 billion eye care industry see it as a threat to their business. In fact, several drug companies have caught on to some of the ingredients inside Divine Vision 12. And I've received notice from some ingredient suppliers it's only a matter of time until these companies try to lock up supply. And if that happens, the only way to get something like Divine Vision 12 would be to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to Big Pharma and the eye care industry, which makes me sick to think about. However, it's my goal to not let that happen. But I also don't want you to wait on taking action and protecting your vision with Divine Vision 12. Divine Vision 12 may be your best chance for improving your vision and increasing its longevity, so that you can enjoy living your life without limits, well into your 60s, 70s, and even 80s. And using Divine Vision 12 might even end up being the key to keeping your independence as you age, which makes it so important that I get it into your hands right now. I originally asked people to invest $149 a bottle for Divine Vision 12, and when you think about it, that's a very fair price to pay. It's a lot less than you'll pay for doctor's visits, prescription drugs, and expensive eye surgeries if your vision continues to decline. For example, LASIK surgery can run as much as $4,000 per procedure, but it still doesn't guarantee your vision won't regress. And considering that it's very expensive and time-consuming to get many of the ingredients into the U.S., $149 for a full month supply really is a bargain. Yet despite all of that, when you get your supply of Divine Vision 12 today, I'm not going to ask you to invest anywhere near $149. My goal is to make horrible eye conditions a thing of the past, and to help folks everywhere avoid having to suffer through the frustration and hopelessness my father endured for years. That's why I'm offering Divine Vision 12 to the public for the first time as part of my Heal Your Vision initiative, and why, if you act right now and make the life-changing decision to join the thousands of men and women before you, you can get your very own supply of Divine Vision 12 for just $69 per bottle. And that's just the beginning, because I understand that ensuring that you have healthy and functional eyes for months and years to come is so vitally important. And I realize that your family may want to also improve their vision too. I've created a substantially discounted multi-bottle plan, where you can get 6 bottles of Divine Vision 12 for just $49 per bottle. That's a total of $294, and a total savings of $600. But this special discount is only being offered to you today through this website as part of my Heal Your Vision initiative, and only while supplies last. On top of that, when you order right now, I'm also going to give you free shipping and handling, which is a $9.99 value. But both the discount and the free shipping are for a limited time. When I run out of supply of Divine Vision 12 again, it will take 3 months or longer before I have more. So don't wait. Click the button below right now and choose the 6-bottle option or any other option that's right for you and your family. And secure your order today while you still can. In the grand scheme of things, this is one of the smallest but most important investments you will ever make, not only for your vision, but also your ability to see and experience the world with more freedom. A single bottle of Divine Vision 12 will begin to help reduce ROS buildup, so that the corrosive effect oxidative stress has on your eyes begins to diminish. 3 bottles will do the same thing, while dramatically improving the cellular health inside virtually all parts of your eyes. And 6 bottles of Divine Vision 12 will be like completely refreshing your eyes on the cellular level, so that you can be confident you're doing everything possible to ensure your vision is improving. Now, at this point, you're probably asking, how do I get started? And the answer is easy. Simply click the button below right now and choose the package of Divine Vision 12 that's right for you and your family. After clicking that button, you'll go to my simple and secure checkout page, where you'll enter your order details. And within just 5 business days from today, you'll receive Divine Vision 12 at your front door. So go ahead and click that button right now while we still have Divine Vision 12 in stock, and start enjoying better vision today. This should be a very easy decision to make, by the way, because your investment today is also covered by a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Here's how it works. Right now, just say maybe to Divine Vision 12 by placing your order. Then, once you get your bottles in a few short days from now, start taking your one capsule each day and see how you feel. You'll most likely notice a difference within the first few weeks of use. And if you're anything like our other customers, you may also find that you strain significantly less than before. Your eyes aren't as dry as they used to be, and you squint much less as you're better able to see objects more clearly. As you continue to use Divine Vision 12 daily, you may even begin to feel like your old self again. That's the way it's been for thousands of folks before you who decided to try Divine Vision 12. However, if for any reason you change your mind about this investment, just call or email my award-winning customer service team at any point, and I will give you 100% of your money back. No hassles, no questions. What this means is that you've got no downside here at all, making this a 100% risk-free investment in you and your family's vision. And you have a full 180 days, 6 full months to see if Divine Vision 12 is right for you. Doesn't it make sense to feel and see the results as a part of your decision-making process? So then why not think it over while you try Divine Vision 12 out, since you're not risking a single penny? If that seems reasonable to you, go ahead and try Divine Vision 12 today and decide later if it's right for you. And click the button you see below right now and say yes to better vision. This is the end of the presentation, and ultimately the decision is yours. Remember, I can't guarantee how long the special offer will last, and it's your decision what happens next. You could finish watching this presentation and then continue on your day as if nothing happened. That's all up to you. But what will change if you make that decision? What will it be like in a month from now, or a year from now, if your declining vision only gets worse, and you don't know where to turn or what to do? Why would you risk something like that? Especially when there's such a simple and risk-free choice in front of you this very moment. You have a choice to make right now. The choice is to click the button you see below right now and get Divine Vision 12 for yourself for just $69 per bottle, or for much cheaper than that if you choose one of the more popular discounted packages. Go ahead and click the button below right now. You'll be covered by a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee when you make this decision. But time is running out. When supplies of Divine Vision 12 runs out, it could be 3 months until we get more in stock. And when the Heal Your Vision initiative expires, the price goes back up to $149 per bottle, so that I can at least cover my costs to break even. All of this means you really must act now. My goal and my dream is to make common vision problems a thing of the past. And today, you can play a big role in helping make that dream a reality by getting the most powerful vision-improving formula on Earth mailed right to your front door. The decision is entirely yours. But I do pray you'll make the right choice for you and your family. Thanks for watching this presentation, and I'll see you on the other side. Sincerely, Stephen. Still there? That's okay. I know we've covered a lot of information in the presentation, and you still may have some questions. So I'm going to take a few seconds now to answer some of the most common questions I get about Divine Vision 12, so you can make your investment with complete confidence and peace of mind. Number 1. How does Divine Vision 12 work again? According to several major studies, many major vision problems stem from a buildup of something called reactive oxygen species, or ROS for short. ROS buildup can cause an imbalance between corrosive molecules and your body's ability to detoxify their harmful effect. And when ROS buildup is too high, it can cause what many scientists call cellular corrosion in the eyes. However, science is finally catching up with what the Bible has known for thousands of years. Because the 12 biblical ingredients inside Divine Vision 12 have been shown to help reduce the effects of ROS buildup and cellular corrosion it can cause, which could dramatically help improve vision. Number 2, are the ingredients contained in Divine Vision 12 safe for everyone? Yes, absolutely. Although the combined effect of all of these ingredients is potent and can help diminish the effects of ROS buildup and cellular corrosion that could be wreaking havoc on your eyes. It's safe for adult use. Number 3, how long does it take to see results? The amount of ROS buildup and cellular corrosion in the eyes will vary from person to person. Some people may have a more mild case, while others may experience their negative effects in multiple parts of their eye, like the retina, cornea, and lens. So it's really hard to say for sure exactly how long you'll need in order to experience dramatic results. However, what I can tell you is this. After about 1 month, most folks notice that the amount they strain to see things starts to decrease. And after 2 to 3 months, they begin seeing clearer and with significantly less strain. But after 6 months of consistent daily use, most folks may find that their vision has improved to levels they experienced when they were younger. Number 4, how does that guarantee work again? Because I've seen firsthand just how incredibly effective Divine Vision 12 can be for folks as young as 30 and as old as 90, I'm confident if you give it a try and use it daily, it could work wonders for the health and function of your eyes. That's why I'm taking on all of the risk for you today by protecting you with a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. That means you have a full 6 months to decide if Divine Vision 12 is right for you. So you don't have to decide now. Click the button below and order Divine Vision 12 today and begin using it and decide later whether it's right for you. Number 5, when does this offer expire? As much as I want to help everyone naturally improve their vision and regain their independence, I'm not sure how long I'll be able to do this for. The truth is, every time an all-natural solution comes around, Big Pharma sees it as a threat to their profit margins and will do whatever it takes to patent ingredient formulas and charge people hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for prescriptions. The bottom line is this. If the $36 billion eye care industry and Big Pharma have their way, this offer may be gone as soon as tomorrow. So you must act now, as it may be your only chance to get your hands on Divine Vision 12. Number 6, I'm ready to order Divine Vision 12 risk-free. What now? This is the easy part. Simply click the button below and choose the best money-saving option for you and your family. Then you'll go to my 100% secure, easy and simple checkout page where you'll complete your order. And as soon as you're finished, your bottle of Divine Vision 12 will be immediately shipped to you. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to call our award-winning customer support team or send us an email and we'll take care of you. Otherwise, click the button below to get started now and join the thousands of other folks who put their faith in Divine Vision 12.